What does the term asleep at the wheel mean to you? When you hear it, do you think literally or as a figure of speech? I think of it in literal terms. In just a minute, I'm going to tell you about the second scariest ride I've ever taken. But before I get to that, I want to remind you of a few things that are coming up at Cherry Avenue. First, I want to thank all of you who donated to the Sacks of Hope campaign for the children in the orphanages run by Remember the Children. We had a great response to that, and I know the kids are going to have a terrific Christmas because of your generosity. And if you have wanted to contribute, maybe you haven't had a chance to yet, you can still do that, I believe, directly on their website. So just look up Remember the Children online and go to their website, and I believe that there's still time to donate directly to them for that. And I also want to let you know, Elder Orphan Care is doing a special Christmas drive for their folks. Rather than buying them gifts, they're doing projects for them and providing them with items that they may need, but maybe haven't had the money to buy. And so if you would like to contribute to that, you can do that at their website, elderorphancare.com. And last week, we were planning to have the youth trip to the corn maze, but the rain made that a no-go. So we're postponing it to this coming Sunday, November 1st. So hopefully, if anyone couldn't go last weekend, you'll be able to go this weekend. The cost is $12, and they'll leave right after the service this coming Sunday. Everybody's welcome, but children under 12 do need to have an adult accompanying them. And this is a good time to remind you to sign up for our alert system if you haven't done that. It's been a little while since we talked about this, but we sent one out last week to let everyone know about Wendell Howe's service. And it's just a good thing to be signed up for in case we need to let you know about something that comes up that we didn't have a chance to tell you about on Sundays. So if you haven't signed up for those, you can get your alert by text, you can get it by phone, you can get it by email. Just email me or call the office and I'll get you signed up for that. And as you're calling and checking on folks, remind them to get signed up for the alerts if they haven't yet, especially if they don't have internet access and can't watch the Wednesday encouragement with the updates that we have for that. Now, I had a neighbor one time say to me years ago, my big sister got her driver's license today, and it's the scariest day of my life. So what's the scariest thing that's ever happened to you while driving or riding in a car? I know that those can be some painful memories for some of you. For me, it wasn't the time my mom hit a speed bump in the parking lot and my brother went flying out the back of our old VW Squareback. I was laughing too hard at him to be scared, to be perfectly honest. I mean, he was funny. It wasn't the time Christy and I were hit by a drunk driver. Thankfully, we weren't hurt that night. No, for me there are two, but I'll tell you about one of them today. It was the time I was driving down a 4-lane road and I fell asleep in the far right-hand lane and woke up in the far left-hand lane. It's only by the grace of God that I didn't kill myself and who knows how many other people, because I was driving when I was too tired. I still get chills, even today, and that was a lot of years ago. But I still get chills thinking about how close I came to dying that day. I had been up all night the night before while visiting Roanoke Bible College for their high school days event, and being a 17-year-old guy, I was convinced that I could handle it. There was an article in U.S. News and World Report once that said that studies show that driving while drowsy is as dangerous as driving while drunk. And since incidents like mine where no accident occurred, they don't get reported, it's hard for researchers to really gauge how many people drive while impaired from a lack of rest. It's a dangerous thing to be asleep at the wheel. Well, it's dangerous to be asleep at the wheel spiritually too. Now, after you've been a Christian for a while, it's easy to kind of set the cruise control and just go along without really paying attention to whether you're growing spiritually or not. I mean, we come to church fairly regularly and we get comfortable and we can fall asleep at the wheel, and the next thing we know, we wake up with oncoming traffic heading toward us at 70 miles an hour. That's why we always stress having a quiet time with God every day and taking advantage of every opportunity to learn and grow with worship services or Bible studies or programs such as Celebrate Recovery, as well as stretching ourselves by serving. That's why we make sure we have online Bible studies to keep going even in these times. These are the things that keep our spiritual batteries charged, and they keep us alert and steady at the wheel. And when there's oncoming traffic in our life, such as some full of himself teenage driver who's been up all night, then we'll be alert and ready to deal with it. Let me tell you, I was wide awake the rest of that trip home, with my heart in my throat the whole way. Turns out nearly dying will wake you up faster than 3 cups of espresso. But I can't honestly say that it was the last time I drove when I should have pulled over and rested, even though I am much better about that today. Turns out that 17-year-old guys can be a little thick-headed, and 20-year-old guys and 25-year-old guys and 30-year-old guys and 40-year-old guys and 50-year-old guys and